Okay, I think everybody's pretty settled in, so I guess we'll kick it off. So I promise to keep this tight. We have about 20 minutes together, and my goal is to make sure by the time you leave, you look at your support data in a completely different way. If this is your first time joining Lucidiya Masterclass, welcome. These are no fluff sessions. We take one specific tool and we show you exactly how to squeeze the most value out of it, and we do it in about 20 minutes to have under a half an hour. If you're managing a customer support team, today's session is tailor-made for you. Before we jump in, there's a couple things I want to reiterate. So I want to reintroduce you to Lucidiya because we've evolved. Most people know us as the CX leader that understands 15 Arabic dialects with 92% accuracy, which is still true. But what we're doing now goes way beyond just listening. We've spent the last 10 years training our AI on billions of CX interactions. The difference now is that we don't just surface a bunch of insights and leave you to do the hard work. Lucidiya actually closes the loop. And what we mean by that is we turn those signals into the next best action and execute them across your workflows automatically. We're here to help you stop just tracking or stop tracking trends and crises and start automating growth and retention. And today is all about showing you that speed and personalization in action. So let's kick it off. All right. My name is Vanya. I'm the Director of Product and Customer Marketing here at Lucidiya. I'm joined by the brilliant Rahad from our Customer Success team and the man who knows today's feature better than anybody else. That's Abdullah, our Senior Product Manager for OmniServe. A couple of quick housekeeping things before we kick off. We're recording this, so check your inbox in a couple of days for the replay. If you have a thought or how-to question or anything else while we're talking, just hit the Q&A icon on the right, and we'll save time at the end to tackle those as well. So in today's masterclass, our goal is to take you a step beyond the traditional support metric. We want to show you how to transform daily support data into smart operational and financial decisions that directly impact your team's efficiency, your CSAT, and even your scaling and restructuring plans. So before we do that, let's run a quick poll, and the questions should pop up pretty soon on your screens. The poll, in your opinion, which metrics reflect the true success of a support team? And you have the 4 choices there, so go ahead and answer, and then we'll get going. All right, so pretty interesting results here. CSAT took the lead by far, so we've got over 80% for CSAT, which is expected. So let's start the conversation. So let's start with you, Rahad. As a customer support success specialist, you're on the front lines with our clients. What are the biggest challenges or pain points you see support managers facing today when they try to make sense of their team's analytics? If a manager wants to truly understand their team's performance, where do they usually get stuck?
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Raghad Al-Mahrouz, and I'm a customer success specialist at Lucidiya. From my experience with working very closely with clients, these clients usually come with questions and concerns about what they're seeing in their customer service team. One of the most common questions I hear is, why are we missing responses, or why is there any delays happening? They're trying to understand if the issue is coming from the team itself, they're not trained correctly, they're slow because they're new in the team, and so on, or if there are times where the volume is simply too high to handle for the team. Another big concern is around the performance quality. Clients ask me, are we actually helping our customer, or are we just replying quickly to close the ticket? They start noticing these actions, whether times. So if one customer is reaching out multiple times, this means that we are not really finding the core problem. We're just closing the ticket quickly. And also we have the question of, why is the same issue coming back again and again? If I solved this question once or replied to this customer once, why am I getting it again from the same customer? Like I said, it raises the doubt. Are we solving the core problem, or are we just handling it surfacely and closing the tickets as fast as possible? And then, of course, customer satisfaction is very important as well. Are our customers happy with the service we're providing? Is my customer service agent replying properly, solving the problem they need, talking to the client in a very human way, showing them that we care and we're doing our best to make sure that you are satisfied? And this also raises the question for individual agents. Why do I have some agents that have better performance than others? Is one agent trained better? Or is the other agent just doing their job to close tickets fast and not find the core problem or interact with my client the way they deserve? So overall, what I've noticed is that the clients are focused on understanding what is going wrong. Is there any gaps in my training, in my team number? Do I need more employees, or do I need to focus on specific times? For example, my morning shift or my night shift. Are we consistent in our service? And this is where the data we provide through Lucidiya becomes very important, because it answers these questions very clearly and with proof.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rahat. Thank you for that insight. It's a great reminder that a single number, like the number of tickets, can be really deceiving if we don't understand the context behind it. As we've seen, one decision based on data storytelling can save a company massive operational costs and flip the customer experience 180 degrees. So the question for everyone listening is, how do we apply this in real life? How does Lucidiya platform, and specifically OmniServe, help us reach the clarity without drowning in complex spreadsheets? To answer this, I'm going to hand it over the mic to Abdullah. Abdullah, you have the keys today. Show us how OmniServe turns the daily noise into clear insights that help the manager make financial decisions or operational decisions with total confidence. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Vania. So this is Abdullah Salim speaking to you. I'm Senior Product Manager overseeing mainly the OmniServe product, ensuring the features we are launching you guys are loving and using. So I'll start today with showcasing mainly 3 metrics and how we can look at them differently and read between the lines, how we can optimize in terms of operation and cost also, which is financial cost. So I'll share my screen to show you a set of slides that I've created. Okay, so the first metric we will look at is the SLAs, average SLAs. And let me start first by explaining them. And then I'll focus on TUT afterwards and see how we can enhance it a bit. So we have mainly 4 SLAs within our system that we are tracking. The first one is the total time to complete, which is TTC. Mainly it calculates the time from when we receive the engagement until it's completed. So that's TTC. FRT will start calculating or measuring from the moment we receive the engagement until the agent made the first response. So that's FRT. And RT will calculate each subsequent messages sent by the customer and the agent, how much time the service provider or the agent took time to reply to that message. And each engagement have multiple NRTs, and then we calculate the average per engagement. And the final SLA that we're capturing is the total unassigned time, which is TUT. So mainly it captures the moment from the engagement we received it until it's assigned to an agent. So if we look in depth into TUT, so what does it represent? So if I have a very large TUT, how can I reduce it, and how can I reduce it in a cost-effective way? So basically, TUT increases as you have less number of engagements in relation to the number of engagements that you're receiving. So if you have, say, for example, 1,000 engagements you received at a single point of time and you have 10 agents only, it will take much more time than having 100 agents, for example. But how we can scale the number of agents in a very reasonable way that is also cost effective to ensure that we're meeting the expectations as a brand to the end customer. So we have two ways or two inputs that we need to look at. when considering this, the number of agents. So basically what you will do, we have a chart within our system called Engagers Activity. Basically what it tells on every single day per hour, how many customers they approached or contacted the brand. And then you can see it as volumes here. The larger the circle is, the more customers they approach the brand. So mainly what it means, when we have these very large circles, then I need more agents within this shift to ensure that we are handling this volume accordingly. And at the same time, you can go back in time and see the trends and get averages. So then you can somewhat normalize any outliers in order to ensure that you're having somewhat pretty accurate averages that represents reality to your brand. And then the second metric that you need, or second input that you need to look at, is the scheduled marketing campaigns. So for example, if you know tomorrow marketing is going to spend 1,000 Saudi Riyal for marketing campaign, it's totally different than spending 1 million marketing campaign. It generates more leads, it generates more customers and interactions. People will start using your application or your services. They will approach customer support if they need anything. So you need also to take that into consideration when planning your workforce. So these are mainly two inputs that you need to look at in order to predict a very cost-effective workforce management somehow. So that's the first metric that we'll look at. The second one is the SLA's hits and misses. So today we have in the agents analytics, you can see per agent how much they're taking in order to complete engagements on average, and how much time they need to make the first response or next response. But looking at these numbers only is not always useful. We found a pattern that agents are doing using our platform, which basically a customer approaches the brand, sends, "Hi, I have an issue." The customer or agent, support agent replies, "Yes, how can I help you?" and then completes the engagement. Eventually, what it leads, if you complete engagements, customer will send a new message. It will be it will create a new engagement. It will be directed to another agent in some cases, which will require that agent to read the previous history of that customer and then start responding to it, which will take time. And overall, it won't be perfect as a customer experience eventually. So how can you find or measure this? Basically, we have a number in our analytics also within the agents analytics. It's the average engagements per contact, which is, for example, here it's 2.9. But if you find this number is increasing, then this is alarming to you. Either agents are completing engagements way before they should, or they're not providing or solving the customer pain or issue within the same engagement. So they have to contact them multiple times within a time frame. So that's the second metric. The third metric is the agent CSAT score over time. So today, also within the agents analytics, you can have a look in depth the agent, how they are performing, and if the end customers are happy and satisfied about the interaction with this specific agent. But this also number can somewhat be, or you can look at it in a different perspective when you look at the overall team performance. So if you look here at the CSAT rating distribution, if you see the trend or the overall picture that the team is doing poorly in terms of CSAT, then I would suggest that you should reconsider some of the onboarding processes that you have for these agents, how you are training them. Are they receiving proper material to ensure that they support the customers the right way? Also, you can reconsider some of the internal processes. So, for example, if refund is taking a lot of time, then that will somewhat cause an issue. So you can use tags, you can use completion reason, you can use a lot of classification methods that we are providing within the OmniServe product that can help you dig deeper into what's exactly causing this frustration. And eventually you can raise the bar for the CSAT score, inshallah. So mainly these are the three metrics that I wanted to highlight today. And that's it from my end. So going back to you, Ragad.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Abdullah,
you
for
so
the
much.
wonderful explanation. These exact points is why we are able to respond to our clients. We are able to give them the answers to their questions. Of course, there's so much more in our platform, but these are one of the main points clients usually ask us about.
Thank you both. Thank you for both for the insights. That was really clear. It was a great walkthrough. What really stuck with me the most was the fact that OmniServe acts as a true command center. It allows you to manage and spot bottlenecks before they even happen. This is basically the purest definition of proactive decision making. So thank you again for showing us that. For the next part, we'd love to hear from you. Let's open the door to any questions that you might have. So again, use the chat button on the right, or the question button on the right, FAQ. So let me see if we've got any questions here, and then we'll get going. Oh yeah, we've got a couple questions here. Just give me 1 second. So first question here is, we talked about operational decisions. Can OmniServe help a manager predict peak hours based on historical data so they can schedule their staff more efficiently? I think the basic answer here is yes, but Abdullah, go ahead. I know you showed a slide where there was big dots and little dots and medium dots, so go ahead.
Yeah, so mainly that covers that question. So yes, we do have ways to predict how we can scale the agents or the workforce effectively, in a cost-effective way, you could say, basically based on that widget. And by looking at the publisher, if you have the marketing activities and marketing campaigns, and like the spending of marketing on these campaigns, definitely you can plan it in a cost-effective way. But yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. One more question here, okay, from one of our viewers. Oh yeah, for businesses using multiple communication channels like WhatsApp, email, social media, whatever it may be, how does OmniServe unify the data so the manager sees one single vision of the truth?
So basically today, the system interacts with all engagements the same. So the system consider each interaction as an engagement, and all these engagements eventually gets digested within the analytics as all the same. And then we have filters where you can, for example, see emails only, or you can see WhatsApp interactions only, or you can see specific X account interactions on DM specifically. So the system handles all channels as the same. By default, we display a full view for all support channels. And then you can customize the filters and see specific interaction within a specific tag, for example, whatsoever. But yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was the last of our questions. So I know since we're almost out of time and I don't want to push this any longer, so we tried to keep it around 20 minutes. I want to thank both of our amazing speakers today, Ragad, Abdullah, and a huge thank you to all of you for spending the 20 minutes with us in your busy day today. If you'd like a personalized demo of OmniServe, of course, for your specific business needs, we're dropping a link in the chat right now. Our team would love to help you unlock the full power of your data. I'm going to, the link is already there. One more thing, we're running our AI agent webinar next week on the 6th. So please sign up if you haven't. We're unveiling AI agent, which is completely different than any chatbot you've seen before. Fully agentic. It reasons. It's governed fully. So if have a look, sign up, have a look next week. And also one more thing, we're going to drop just a quick poll regarding this masterclass so we can improve on the next one right now on your screen. So submit a vote of how likely you are to recommend Lucidiya Masterclass. And thank you again, and we'll see you again in the next masterclass. And I hope you have a great day, and thanks again.